Turn up your volume, turn up your volume. Welcome to another Mindset Breakthrough Days with Sandra Bravo in Gold Coast of Australia. I'm on fire today. I am here thanks to Success Resources, to Tony Robbins, and I'm here to share with you, oh my God, I'm on fire today because I just came out of a 4-day UPW Virtual with the man, the legend himself, Mr. Tony Robbins. Oh my God, it was out of this world. And I'll tell you, it's my third one. Like I've done 3 of them and he still finds a way to take it to a whole new level because I'm not the same person that I was 2 months ago or 10 years ago when I did the other 2. And there's always another layer of the onion to peel. And what I love is that the more that you work on yourself, the deeper you go and the breakthroughs just get to a whole new level. So I'm really excited. I have a special guest with me today. She is an amazing friend. She's been a client of mine. She's been a partner of mine. She's a friend of mine. She's also here in Gold Coast of Australia. She has done more Tony Robbins event even than myself because she has done them as a participant and she has done them as part of the team and she's done the leadership and she has worked on herself for so many years. So she just came out of UPW Virtual as well. So she'll be bouncing off the walls like me. And I just thought, you know what? Let's just catch her at her peak state and get her to share with you what was her experience like. I did it by myself here in my home office. She had some of our common friends with her. So without further ado, I'm very excited to have here the beautiful Tammy Richie. Tammy, welcome. You want to put your audio and your video on? I can't wait for you to hear from Tammy. Here she is. Hi, Tammy. Welcome.
Welcome, Sandra. Yeah, like you, I'm bouncing off the walls. Yeah, like how could you not be after that fabulous 4 days together with the big man himself and all the other team? Wow.
Wasn't it amazing? Tammy and I were on the phone like, oh my God, how was that? Oh my God, what room are you in? Because it's so cool because you get breakout rooms where you go and do certain processes and exercises with people and every time is different. So it's really cool because you get to network with people all over the world. So were the people in your groups Australian, Tammy, or did they happen to be somewhere else?
Yeah, we had, so we were mainly in room 22, and that was no mistake either. 2 and 2 has just shown up my whole life everywhere. And I was like, I think every single day we were in room 22. And yeah, we had people from all around the world as well. So it was so powerful to come together in our own lounge rooms with so many different people with different perspectives. Awesome work.
Absolutely. So Tammy, tell us what was the best differences of doing UPW live from the comfort of your home, considering that you have done physical events with Tony Robbins in the past. I mean, what did you love the most about the whole virtual experience?
Wow. Yeah, I absolutely loved it. The main thing that I really loved about it is some of the people that probably wouldn't have jumped and, booked in and did it live for whatever reason, whatever excuses come up in their life, the people that, do you know what? They didn't have a chance. So the people that joined me, my friends that joined me for a reason. There wasn't any mistake whatsoever. They were meant to be there, and it was so powerful to actually be there and do it together. To go through all the processes together. And also we were like, it was a bit like Gogglebox, I suppose, that TV show too. We were sitting back watching everyone else's reactions, which you don't actually get to see at the live event as well. And it was really awesome to see everyone participating, 110%, and to really absolutely see the breakthroughs and transformations as they were happening.
I agree. And listen, for you here joining us today, let us know your name, whether you're joining us live, perhaps you're in Europe and it's morning for you, good morning, or maybe you're in Asia or Australia like us. And let us know your name, what you're watching, whether you're watching live or you're catching the replay afterwards. But like Tammy said, Tony is creating history. I've never seen anything like it because it's not just a webinar. It's not just a Zoom meeting. I mean, he built a $2 million studio, 360-degree screens all over. He can see thousands of us at once. There was 11,000 of us, mainly Australians, because he did it in Australian hours. And like Tammy said, it was so cool to connect with people and see their homes because you feel like you are a guest in their homes, right? And to see people from Japan Japan and from Malaysia. And I think, how many countries did we have, Tammy? Like 40, 60 countries?
Yeah, there were quite a few countries involved, but also, Sandra, not only that, but every event that I see, Tony, I just get him. I see his empathy. I see, he's like a vessel for the divine energy just flowing through. He always asks, just show me, allow me to be the vessel for other people. And you can just see, and at the end of the event, when he's just standing there and you could just feel his pride, like just looking around and in his studio, looking around at all the rooms and all the beautiful screens, and he's like, wow, I've just transformed or helped transform 11,000 homes, because like people had friends and their families, so it wasn't even just 11,000 people, but the ripple effect from that as well. So amazing to be involved in.
And that's the biggest thing that we all said, because Tony was like, thank you for allowing me to come into your living room and meet your family. Because normally it would be like one of us, right, attending the event, because it's normally very expensive to pay for 5 tickets to bring all your family and 5 airplane tickets and hotels and food and everything. So normally, like Tammy has been fortunate enough to attend with her daughter and her husband in the past. When I did it in a physical event, I went by myself. The last one 2 months ago, which was the first ever virtual, I did it with my oldest daughter, who is 13, and that was so magical. But this is the thing, that Tony gets to see your family and you get to grow together, because there's nothing worse. That's how I got divorced, because we grew apart, because I was doing all this work on myself, and if you're not on the same page. So the beautiful thing about the virtual is that we could do it together. I mean, you saw people tell me, like, with the dogs, their cats in their arms, and Tony was like, oh, look at your baby, so beautiful. Thank you for letting me come into your living room with your family and your cat and your dog. And that would have never been possible in the past, to see how people live and what country, and read all the messages that they would write on paper for him in any languages, because we had, I think, 4 to 6 different languages being translated. So again, he just took it to a whole new level to build history of something that has never been done before, and virtually, like, so grateful for technology. So Tammy, tell me, you have 5 friends with you at your beautiful property. You've created so much for success for yourself over the years, because you've been doing Tony Robbins for so many years. And tell us, what was the experience like? What was your biggest breakthrough?
Wow. Well, I guess, we spoke earlier, Sandra, and we mentioned that all the personal development that we've done on ourselves, there's always more. You always think that you get to the next level, and then there's always more. There's more onion layers, more whatever. And so I guess during the Dickens process, even though I've done it several times, and I feel that even at a live event, you go quite deep, but I was like thinking, I wonder what I'm going to learn out of this. And it was so powerful to actually go through and see what the limiting beliefs were from, my childhood or whatever, what was ingrained in me in my childhood, and to say, like, it's absolute bullshit and what the actual truth is, and to come out and go, wow, I didn't even realize that. And just by having that and amplifying that, and I've already done a little mind movie with it already, just, to help it. Yeah, it's so powerful to have it, just to remind ourselves it's not something that we've just done and we can forget about. What if we could have this all the time, and as part of the rituals and everything? So for me, my limiting beliefs were they stem from birth and right from my childhood, to say that I'm not enough, I'm not going to be loved, I'm going to be alone. And it's like, what? Does that even make sense? It's kind of like, do you know what? I'm more than enough. In fact, I was chosen to be here. I'm impacting this world. I'm full of love. There's people that want to be around me. I had so many friends that wanted to join me on this UPW virtual experience. And, and the other thing is just, I'm the connections queen, That's just, everyone knows me as that. So it's kind of like, it is absolute bullshit. And that story being wired around and around and around, it's just a matter of changing it just like that. And it was so powerful. But I guess to see my friends that wouldn't have invested in themselves probably as much to attend a live thing, and do you know what, to see them, it's like a gift to watch them participate and to see the tears and to see their breakthroughs right before my eyes. Absolutely phenomenal. Yeah,
absolutely. And Tammy, you're a great role model of, Tony Robbins always says, take notes, not as if you're in class learning from the teacher. Take notes as if you're going to teach and share all of this knowledge. And Tammy is a great role model of implementing all of Tony's lessons and living them for herself, because as he says, there's a big difference between knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge is like, yeah, you just heard of it. That doesn't mean you live by it. Wisdom is when you get to implement it. And I know I have, I'm a witness of Tammy implementing. She's an amazing mom. She has been there for big challenges with her 3 kids. She's an amazing wife. She's an amazing entrepreneur. And somehow she still finds a freaking time somewhere to be always supporting her friends and her clients, which is just amazing. We're so aligned because those of you that know me personally, I'm a big fan of vision boards and mind movies and manifesting. And it's funny because Tammy said, I just read my mind movie, and I swear it's on my to-do list today. Redoing my mind movie and then all the notes of what photos I want to put in it. And, just like Tammy, going to a whole new level, taking another layer, because while we were doing that exercise of the limiting beliefs, I thought I had them. And then as we started the exercise, just this massive breakthrough came to me. And I'm like, no, that's not it. There's something deeper. And I got to reveal what that was and rewrite the things for what the truth is for me. And now it sits here right in front of me. And I swear, just like the name of the event, Unleash the Power Within. After that, I swear to God, I'm still walking on the clouds. I'm still feeling on top of the world because I got to unleash myself. When I got to that really deep rooted limiting belief that I didn't know was there, and I kept working on these other ones that were more superficial. And when I got to the root of it, it was just magical. Tell me, what was it for you, Tammy?
Oh, so amazing. Yeah, absolutely got to the root of it. But there was even more more things that came up. So, as I mentioned, the truths and everything from the limiting beliefs. And then it was like, oh, hang on. What if, and you kind of start questioning, oh my goodness, I had an incident many years ago where my little boy had a near drowning incident, and I've saved him several times. So he's one of those kids that quite mischievous and he's meant to be here. But, in a sense, I guess, raising him, I guess I raised him differently than I raised my girls. And my girls would always say to me, he's treated differently. And it was like, I could never understand that. But at that event, when, we were unleashing our power within, it was like, oh my goodness, what if it's that? What if I'm treating him differently? And they really are. And it was, each person, you might hear it from someone else, but it's not until you actually hear it yourself, that you really get the transformation. And from that was a real awakening for me. So thank you, Tony, for allowing me to, because I didn't even expect that. Do you know what I mean? Like, as Sandra has said, I have carried out a lot of, not just Tony's events, but a lot of other events around the world with different personal development coaches and trainers, been so blessed. And you sort of get to the point you think, when you're going to stop? But you know what? We never, ever stop growing. We never, ever stop learning. And we can never, ever stop sharing that knowledge with other people as well to help them. So,
and that's why Tony, he did a brilliant job at explaining at this UPW. That's why he calls it conditioning, neuro-associative conditioning, because we're conditioning ourselves every day. It's not like, oh, I just went to UPW, I had the vaccine for success, that's it, I've arrived, and then you do nothing else. Like, no, he teaches you how to continue to condition yourself for that success every single day. And it's up to you. I know this morning I talk about leadership. It all starts with leading yourself, and leading myself out of bed to get to my things in the morning is where it starts. You can't lead others. You can't lead your family, your teams, your business, your clients if you're not leading yourself first. And of course, because Tony Robbins loves to over deliver, we went on to nearly midnight last night, and I'm not a late night person. I'm a morning early riser. So normally I put my alarm at 4 a.m., but because last night it was nearly midnight, and of course I was bouncing off with energy, I couldn't just go good night. I'm still like a million miles an hour. So I decided to turn my alarm off because I thought at 4 a.m. it's going to be too early, and just allow myself to wake up, which wasn't until 7. So I obviously needed it. However, I felt, because I'm a morning person, I felt like, oh, I'm already behind the eyeball. Like I should have been up at 4 a.m. But I still didn't. I could have easily jumped out of bed and get into the stress mode of just getting to things because I'm already behind. But no, I still took the time to do my priming and my Bravo method and all of my morning rituals that get my mindset ready for success for the day. I still went for my run and everything. I just pushed everything back. You know, it could have been very easy for me to, oh, whatever, go back to sleep, number one, or skip all of my important rituals. And it's like, no, because I would have jumped onto the 20% of the question, which is the mechanics. I would have jumped onto the emails and the doing already versus still allocating the crucial time to priming, which is the 80% of the question for success, which is the mindset, the psychology. And so I still did all of that because he teaches you how to condition. And I don't know, and I know you'll agree with me, Tammy, but I don't know anyone in the planet who does it the way Tony does it. I mean, just like Tammy feels, just like every person that comes across Tony, they go, the guy gets me. He understands me. He really and you know why? It's because he cares so much. He has so much, and he has zero need to do this. Tony could just retire and go to his island in Fiji and scratch his belly for the rest of his life. But you know what? For Tony, the number one thing is fulfillment. And he says it, didn't he, Tammy? He said, I've interviewed all these billionaires with a B, and only a handful of them are fulfilled because it's not just about success, because success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. So for Tony, he has all the money in the world, all the business, all the success. He doesn't need to, but the joy and the fulfillment he gets from helping others. And because he's been doing it for over 40 years, he knows exactly how the human brain works and how to overcome all of the obstacles that they get on the way. So let's talk about obstacles, Tammy. I saw an amazing video that you posted with you having your breakthrough with the woods. Tell us about it.
Wow. Well, actually, what had happened is there's a little story with this as well, because as you know, we get our little swag bag and, you know, the wood and everything that comes with it. And anyway, so what had happened is because I had other friends that were joining me, was like, oh, it'd be nice for everyone to do it. So let's organize, you know, pieces of wood and everything. And so one of my other friends organized the wood. But when she organizes the wood, the wood's in the pack. So there's my wood, which is however thickness, and this turned out with a box within it's probably two or three times thicker than the other. So the other people that had never done it before, so the other people that had never done it before, they're like, oh, you know, they were already taking themselves out, right? They're already, well, you know, because we've only got this one wood, and I'm like. And they're like, because we're trying to hide it, and they kind of found it anyway. And we're like, oh no, it's totally fine. And meanwhile, I'm like, you know, because my friend pushed me into it. She's like, come on, you can do it. You can do it. And I'm like, well, you know, and I didn't want to, because being the leader, I didn't want to actually say, far out, this is thick, this wood. Like, I'm not sure I can do this. Like, you know, I'm not focused. I know exactly what I do. I've got clarity. But I don't know. And so they put me first, and I thought, fire, I've just got to do this, because these other ways are just going to talk themselves out of it, and they're not going to do it.
Lead by example.
That's it. So I was like, right, I just need to get this right, and, you know, get the power in there and then wind up. And like literally when I went through that board, even when it like broke through, I was like, what? I got through that board. I just didn't even believe that I could have gone through that board. And I was like, totally, because I'd already thought it took myself out because it was that much thicker. And it just showed that as obstacles come up like that, it doesn't matter how big they are. You got the focus and you send the energy to the outcome that you want, which was breaking the board in this case, you're going to smash through it. So it was so powerful for those ladies to see, because then they were like, you know, they were still talking themselves out. We were like, come on, we can help you. We can get you through this, and pump them up and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely amazing experience. And it's really good just to look at those experiences and see where it shows up in your life as well. Yeah,
that's a great example of you being a role model, Tammy. And if you're not familiar with Tammy, you can go find her on Facebook and watch a video. She posted it, and it's true, the piece of wood that she got was like twice as thick as the one that we got. And you know, watching it going, is it gonna break? Here we go. So some of your friends, I know Corinne was there, who is part of our group, and she's done stuff before, but some of the friends that you had they never done any Tony Robbins before?
no,
that would be so powerful for you to like witness their breakthroughs and their successes.
Oh, and some of them really were going through a tough time before and each one of them needed to be there. They were they might have done some personal development in the past, but they were a little bit lost. And so they kind of reached out and asked, can I join you? And I'm like, of course you can, but COVID restrictions, we had to kind of restrict it to the number. But I was like, just don't tell anyone, because just having people missing out and all those kinds of things. But the perfect people just showed up, and it was so powerful just to watch them and to see their transformation through the whole weekend. We decided to catch up like once a month to keep each other accountable. And the challenge that we're doing, the 10-day challenge as well. I mean, Sandra, you and I, like, we're so committed with our rituals and everything that we do and everything that they spoke about were reminders, like even the breathing and things, even though I had my rebounder there for the ladies to use on the weekend, it was like, what, I have slipped out of that habit of doing that for the 20 minutes a day. So in the 10-day challenge, what if I started to implement that? I really loved, I've forgotten what his name is, but I've got the book, The Medical Medium Guy. I've been ranting about this one for years, because a lot of people come to me. I'm also a health coach, and they come to me for their health issues and stuff as well. And I really loved how he just shared openly from his heart about all the things that he does and he recommends, and what was guided to him to share during that time, and just the effectiveness of it through our food. So it was really great for my friends to see that as well, and for them to start their day as well and to be accountable with the lemon, warm lemon juice and the celery juice and all these kinds of things as well. But the coriander, I think in the book it calls it cilantro, and I really didn't know what cilantro was, right? So I had no idea. And so then he's saying it's coriander. I'm like, well, why didn't you just say that? So now I'm like, I love coriander, and of course I'm going to throw that more into my salads and stuff like that because of the benefits that, So I really think that a lot of people, Tony covered so much, as he always does, in every aspect. The most important thing, as you know, is mindset. So working on your own self and telling yourself you can do it, and being clear and actually having the belief. And that was another breakthrough I think that I've had as well. I'm really great at manifesting and visualizing and bringing my, absolutely manifesting things, and just the whole clarity of that, bringing that back in and amplifying that even more. I took that to a whole new level. So in the past, I think I can see my beautiful business partner Summer and I on the stage, helping all these wonderful speakers with our platform, Zanara. But I actually brought all the merchants there as well, and I felt like a proud mother duck, because Summer and I have launched Zanara just during COVID, and we have a lot of merchants, a lot of shops, a lot of people purchasing on our platform, but we had all the merchants behind us. So there was Summer and I at the time, my husband, and then his wife Cynthia next, and all the merchants behind us, and everyone else that we just ran an event, helping so many people transform lives. And we were like so proud to share and to showcase the people behind the scenes, the people that have created all these amazing solutions for today's problems that we showcase on the platform. So just getting more clear and clear and clear, it was just amazing to be able to do that.
I love that. And Tony talks about energy and the importance of energy, because as he says, in fact, you watching here with us today, tell me, if you pay attention to any successful person in whatever area of the lives, a successful mom, a successful entrepreneur, a successful business owner, or whatever, an athlete or anything, they have a lot of energy, right? And so Tony is a master at teaching you how to generate that energy, how to maintain and keep it high. As Tammy said, I've got my rebounder at home, and I bounce on it just 10 minutes a day to clean the lymphatic system, because by shaking the cells, it's like shaking that bottle of gas water. You shake it and all the fizzy bubbles come up. Same when you're rebounding on the trampoline, because it's oxygenating the cells in your body so they can live longer and healthier. My celery juice, my chef makes my celery juice every day, so I drink fresh celery juice every day. And he mentioned like the papaya, the coriander. So cilantro is coriander in Spanish, and Americans just call it cilantro, like the Mexicans for whatever reason. So because I find every time I go to California, they're all like cilantro, and I'm like, why do they call it cilantro? That's Spanish. And, it's just one of those words I adopted because there's so many Spanish speaking people in America. But, I'm the one that puts chili, lime, and coriander to everything. That's my favorite flavor. And as it turns out, they're so good for you. And, this morning with even more enthusiasm, I went for my run, I went on my rebounder, I made my juice, and then I actually had a shake with a bunch of fruits and just protein powder and my almond milk. But because this is the thing, without your health, how can you be successful in your business? How can you be a loving wife or a great mom if you're lacking the energy or if you're lacking the health? So as Tammy said, the amount of stuff that Tony covers in just 4 days, right? To go all the way from the mindset to the health to the business is just fascinating. And then this is the thing. There's another UPW coming, and this is going to be more like European hours, which means if you're in Asia, it's super easy for you because you're lucky, you're kind of in the middle. So you can make it suitable for Australian hours or European hours. So if you're in Asia, it'll be good for you. And if you're in Europe, that's why we're doing these lives at this time, because it's morning for you in Europe, because the next UPW is coming 22nd to 25th of October. Now, if you are like Tammy's a connections queen. And, she had a few friends around to do it together. I mean, it's so beautiful that she had friends who have never done it before to be the leader and guide them through the breakthroughs. And, as humans, we do more for others than we do for ourselves. So maybe if she had been alone, she would have chickened out of breaking the wood because she would have been like, it's really thick. But when she has 5 people that are learning from her and, okay, Tammy, you're the leader, it's like, okay, well, I guess I just have to go for it and lead by example. But this is a great example because many times, you tell your friend, hey, let's meet for a run at 6 in the morning. Or you tell yourself, okay, I'm going to work out. I'm going to go for a run at 6 in the morning. The alarm rings and you go, oh, it's too cold, it's too dark, it's raining, can't be bothered. And you turn it off. But if you're supposed to meet your friend, you go, oh, I can't really leave my friend hanging out on the corner on the street getting wet and cold. So even if you don't want to, you get up and you meet your friend, right? It's a great way to be held accountable when you have others, because experience proves that as human beings, we do more for others than we do for ourselves. And if you're a mom or a dad, you know that to be true because we always do more for our kids than we do for ourselves. And so it's a great way to be held accountable. If you're someone who is more private and me, believe it or not, I know people find it hard to believe because they see me on stages all over the world, but I'm actually quite shy when I'm alone, and I can be quite private when it comes down to that. So, for me, as it turned out, I was really glad that I was a bit hesitant of doing it with friends because I didn't want to hold back. I didn't want to feel shy or intimidated or, hold back on my unleashing because I wanted to go all out. And as it turned out, it worked out really great because day 3 for me was just seriously one of the best breakthroughs in my life. It just took it to a whole new level. And I think that I probably wouldn't have done it or wouldn't have allowed myself to go that deep had I had the distractions of other people around. And so I'm glad it worked out that way because we get what we need the most, For Tammy, it worked out great. She had people because maybe she wouldn't have done the board break had she been alone, right? For me, it worked out that I was alone because it allowed me to go deeper and break through something that totally unleashed me. So the choice is yours for October, 22nd to 25th of October. European hours, I think is 1 p.m. European to 1 a.m. in the morning. So let's say like Spain time to make it neutral. But the choice is yours. You can do it with your family. You can invite a few friends around, get them all to bring either their iPads or phones or computers because they will go into their own breakout rooms. So when it's time to break out, everyone goes to a different room to do their groups. Or you can do it all by yourself. The choice is yours, but the beauty is that on a physical event, you wouldn't have that luxury. But now, because it's virtual, you have the luxury to choose. Do you do it with all your family, which I strongly recommend? Do you do it with a group of friends, which if you're like Tammy, strongly recommend? Or do you do it by yourself because you want to totally unleash and you're a bit more private, and you just want to go to a whole new level? The choice is yours, but go ahead and choose your ticket while you still can. Bringthefreedom.com, because this is the only time that you will get this opportunity. It's a lifetime opportunity because Tony, just like Tammy, just like me, we're all itching to get back to the physical events, to get in planes, to do, the physical stages. And as soon as the borders are open, nothing can hold us back. So while the borders are still closed, go for UPW because it's going to cost you a tenth of the price of what it would cost you normally to fly to a physical event. And as I said, once it's open, next year we go back to physical events, and you're not going to be paying $395. You're going to be paying $2, $3, and $4,000 or euros, depending where you are, and plus flights and accommodation and everything else. So, opportunities now. What do you think, Tammy? When an opportunity shows in front of you, how do you know?
Oh, absolutely. Because the whole thing is as well is that, hang on a minute, we're in COVID. Do you know what? We're, in Melbourne, they're in lockdown. They can't even leave their homes or do anything. Like Sandra, we're really blessed. We live on the beautiful Gold Coast and we have a bit more freedom than everyone else. But I mean, far out. We want the hope. We want to fill our own cups up. We want this energy to continue so that the negativity from COVID doesn't drag everyone down. So there's no better person that can, really just reignite you, unleash the power within than Tony Robbins himself. So, we can't get to the physical events, but this is so much more powerful. So yeah, get your ticket. Feel the energy from Sandra and I, and everyone deserves to have this energy, don't they, Sandra?
Absolutely. And to have the opportunity to change your life, because we all have dreams, we all have another level, regardless of where you are in your life, how successful or not you are doing in any area of your life. There is another level for all of us, and we all deserve to go there. And I don't know anyone in the planet better than Tony Robbins to help you get there. It's just, I don't think the experience can be shared with words. Can you, Tammy? It's just, how did you describe?
Because he is such a gentleman, and he's like a dad, I suppose, in like we're all his kids, and the way he looks into our eyes and it's into our souls, it's like it's touching our souls. That's what he's effectively doing, I suppose, not just on the surface but really taking us there to get our truth. So I mean, what you just have to invest in yourself to be able to get that experience so that you can go to the next level, because you have got a next level. There should be no holding you back. We all have gifts and life happens and limiting beliefs set in, and then we just allow those limiting beliefs to grow and grow and grow. If you can unleash that limiting belief and actually get to your truth and understand that the rest of it is just rubbish that you've fabricated, oh my goodness, where will you go from there? Just upwards, onwards and up. It's just unbelievable.
And because he understands the psychology of the human brain so well, because he's done it for so many years, it's just so reassuring to figure out that, oh, I don't have to figure it out myself. I don't have to keep dabbling for the rest of my life. Oh, the reason why I'm not getting my goals is because there's a conflict between my goals and my values. Like, oh, I get it, right? And then just being able to break through and unleash it. And I tell you what, and I dare you, I challenge you to go and find anyone that you admire that is successful in any area of life and find out. I guarantee you they have done Tony Robbins in the past. Because I know for me, all of the successful people that I know, and they've been to Tony Robbins. That's how they unleash themselves. So, don't hesitate any longer. Go get your ticket. BraveTheFreedom.com.
And I just have to say, just to add to that as well, just a little bit more, Sandra, because I think it's so powerful to actually recognize that it is so powerful, everyone, because not because Tony's regurgitating anyone else's information, but yeah, he acknowledged from an early age that he didn't have a lot of stuff going on for him. And there, is that right?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. We all got muted.
Okay, so I think that because Tony's been there and he's done it and he's so relatable. So he has come from a childhood where, he didn't have a lot of stuff. And he's created himself. And as he says, like a middle eye right now. So, I mean, I'm going to swear right now, but hold your ears. I created this motherfucker. You can hear that in his voice because he totally has. He is so relatable. It's not coming from something that he's regurgitated, but he acknowledged from an early age that, even the net time, immersion, full immersion at events, He did all of those things. He learnt the lessons himself through his own experiences and sharing from other experiences. And then he helps. So he hasn't come from something that he hasn't done himself, which is what I really love. And that's why I relate to him so much, because I'm a coach myself and I love to actually relate the same way because of him, because, you know, you just learn so much more. I mean, if you have a coach that rocks up to your place to coach you and they have a little shitty car that, you know, isn't going anywhere, or, you know, whatever, as opposed to someone that's already living it and doing it, and, you know, you're going to learn so much more from that person. So, you know, like being with the world's best, and he helps the world's best to succeed, and they're his friends, you know, you deserve that as well in your life as well. So I encourage you to jump on, get a ticket. You know, don't even hesitate. Don't even question. Just follow your heart. Your heart's telling you, it's guiding you there. Just go do it, and you'll be so grateful. You'll be looking back in years to come saying, oh my goodness, I'm so grateful that I actually invested in myself and join the event.
Nicely said, Tammy. We're action takers, and you know what? Had we not taken action, our lives wouldn't be where they are right now, because you can't help anyone if you don't help yourself first. You got to work on yourself first so you can help your family, your community, your clients, your business, and everyone else. It starts with you. So make the decision to join us, Tammy. I am so blessed and grateful to know you. We're action takers, man. Boom. And thank you
I was just going to just add just one last thing. So there's no better place. Like, so, you know, you can hear Sandra's and my energy. We're so pumped right now. We're so grateful right now. And, you know, it worked out so perfectly. I'm running an event next Saturday here on the Gold Coast. So it's only for people on the Gold Coast that can join in. But it's like, can you just imagine those people that are joining in on the event, on my event? And it's full immersion as well, living their high life for the whole day. And Tony mentions, you know, so much. There's no better way to experience something, not just in a book, not just in a video. Yeah, the net time is amazing, but full immersion is where it's at. Full immersion. And so you can just imagine the participants that are joining in on next Saturday with this energy that I'm going to impart on them, that's going to help, you know, tune into their gifts that they have. So there's no better way to do that. Tony is the man. He's come from, you know, lack, and he has just changed his life and transformed his own life, and he can transform your life as well. So yes.
Think about it. If Tammy and I had not done UPW first, when I did it 10 years ago, Tammy did it a few years ago, we wouldn't be doing what we do. And it's that ripple effect because of Tony and us growing.
Yes.
It allows us to go and teach others and do our own events, and then it's going to empower them to go and live into the
Yes.
gift of others. And it's that ripple effect. But you don't work on yourself, you can never go and help others. So now is the time. Your time is now. And as Tammy said, if you're watching this, it's for a reason. You've been guided from a higher force to go and get your ticket, bringthefreedom.com, and join us for the next UPW Virtual in October.
Yes.
So, Tammy, thank you so much for your time, your wisdom, your gift, your energy. I am very blessed and grateful to have you in my life, to call you my friend, and I know you add so much value for people. So, on behalf of Success Resources, Tony Robbins, Sandra Bravo, and Tammy Richie, signing off from Gold Coast of Australia. We'll see you tomorrow, same place, same time. Thank you, Tammy.
Hi, Sandra. Mwah.